I think he need to enjoy what he's doing, and that's it. He need to calm down and start calling out people with other levels. I think he need to focus on what he's doing.
Canelo Alvarez fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. We promoted that fight many years ago. Didn't knock him out, couldn't hurt him. So imagine if Jake Paul can hurt or even wobble Chavez Jr. It's something that Canelo didn't do or couldn't do. So
he didn't throw any punches until the third or fourth round or something. He was just kind of walking forward, and I don't know what he was doing. It was weird.
Opening scene, dramatic music, clips of Jake Paul KO, Chavez Jr. walking out, Canelo highlight reel. Narrator. Boxing history just took another wild turn. Jake Paul, the so-called YouTuber turned fighter, just did what even Mexico's boxing king, Canelo Alvarez, couldn't do. He dominated Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and the world wants to know, what does Canelo Alvarez have to say about it? Title drop on screen. Canelo
Paul going toe-to-toe with 39-year-old Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and it's another win for Jake Paul. He was greeted with boos post-fight after winning his 6th straight fight, calling out anyone and everyone, requesting multiple title shots and a possible rematch with Tommy Fury. Jake claims he's just getting warmed up.
Chapter 1's done tonight. Now we're moving into Chapter 2, and I'm just getting warmed up in the sport. But people hold the Tommy Fury thing against me, but what now? I just beat a former world champion, and I'm coming to avenge that loss as well with Tommy.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
First words on Jake Paul beating Chavez Jr. Real talk. The fallout. Jake Paul shocks the world. Narrator. June 28, 2025, Anaheim, California. Jake Paul enters the ring against a 39-year-old Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Many called it a gimmick. Others called it a real test. But no one predicted the beatdown that followed. Stats on screen. Jake Paul, 140 punches landed. Chavez Jr., 61 punches.
Yeah, no, I felt the crowd's energy, even though they were against me. I love it. I feed off of that. And I think it's funny when I'm landing, however many punches I land, 250 or 200, and he landed whatever, like 100, but they just scream every single time he lands a punch. But at the end, they were quiet. So that's how it goes always.
But that shows you the mental toughness of Jake Paul, to your question, right? For this young man to consistently go in, not in Puerto Rico, they love him in Puerto Rico, but to consistently go in around the U.S. and be treated like the underdog in that arena and not being supported the right way, and for him to persevere and to be cool, calm, collected, and composed and deliver is pretty amazing.
Scorecards, 99-91, 98-92, 97-93. Narrator. From the opening bell, Paul controlled the fight, working behind a jab, ripping to the body, and showing poise under pressure. Chavez Jr., on the other hand, looked flat, hesitant, and out of sync.
Official weight for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., 198.4 pounds. Official weight for Jake Paul, 199.4 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, live right here from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, we see the return of the former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and the return of the problem child, El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul, live on DAZN pay-per-view tomorrow night.
God has given me the ability. God has given me the strength. God is good. And the problem child's a real fucking dog. Oh, 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 oh. I'm knocking him the fuck out, Chris. Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Not throwing anything meaningful until the later rounds. Canelo breaks his silence. Canelo Alvarez, clip or reenacted quote. He needs to calm down a little and focus on what he's doing. Stop calling out everyone on different levels. Narrator. Canelo didn't hold back. While showing some measured respect for Jake Paul's performance, the Mexican superstar was quick to set the record straight. Paul may have impressed, but is not ready for elite territory just yet. Canelo continued. He fought Chavez Jr. Okay, but I fought him too. We promoted that fight years ago. I didn't knock him out, but I hurt him. So if Jake really hurt him, well...
I mean, look, like, he's not accepted. I mean, look, he's a YouTuber. People know that. But you gotta respect it, man. The only thing you can do is respect it. But, you know, that's it, man. You gotta respect it.
Easy work.
What do you think overall the fight? Any of them hurt you? I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win.
I want to be world champion. Zerno looks slow as shit tonight.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know, so it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia Rollies thing. You know, Rollies didn't, I mean, Ryan really didn't get started, so, you know.
What do you think about how Jake looked and then fought?
You know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walking in the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not, so. He can box, he's selling out, you know, obviously this arena. And
maybe it says more about Chavez than it does about Jake. De La Hoya and the Canelo benchmark. Narrator. Oscar De La Hoya, who co-promoted the original Canelo vs. Chavez Jr. fight, added fuel to the fire by highlighting a key point. He said, Oscar De La Hoya. Canelo couldn't hurt him. So if Jake Paul even wobbled Chavez Jr., that's real. That's something people will talk about. Narrator.
I missed you, I want to get your reaction to the fight.
Oh, great fight. You know, Julio's back after all he's been through, so, you know, I tip my hat off to him. It's not easy, you know, especially through, you know, what life throws at you sometimes, but, you know, it was a good fight.
What'd you make of how Jake Paul looked and fought?
He doing his thing. Jake Paul's looking good. Shout out to him. Yeah.
Do you think he's ready to, like, fight, like, maybe a top 15, top 20?
Sure, yeah.
So I guess where does Junior go from here in your opinion?
It's up to him. He can retire if he wants, or he can have another, you know, fight like this. You know, fight a YouTuber or something.
Yeah. And in terms of you, Rayo, when can we see you back in the ring?
I'll be back like in the fall, hopefully.
The fall?
Yeah.
Do you have an opponent in mind?
Nothing set in stone.
All right. Hey, just want to get your thoughts. The rematch between Lamont and Roach, how do you see it? I mean, Tank and Roach.
That's a good fight. 50-50 fight, like the first fight. I'm going to go, you know, I don't know, whoever.
Finally, Canelo and Crawford. Break it down.
That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight. It's hard to count Crawford out, man, because he's just a dog. And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Crawford or Benavidez, you know. So, you know, Crawford, I don't know. I'm 50-50.
All right, Rayo, thank you.
Thank you.
Suddenly, Jake Paul's win isn't just about YouTube versus boxing. It's being used as a measuring stick against Canelo himself. The combat world reacts. Narrator. Former champions, analysts, and rising stars all chimed in. Shane Mosley was blunt, saying Chavez Jr.'s performance was weird and it's time he retired. Emiliano Vargas praised Jake's composure and said, Emiliano Vargas. He looked sharp tonight. I can't even lie, Jake Paul handled the pressure and stayed composed. Narrator. Others were less impressed. Critics argue that Chavez Jr. hadn't been a serious contender for years, and beating a faded name isn't the same as climbing the ranks.
When and how, especially Junior fought?
Well, first of all, I think that Jake Paul fought a good fight. You know, he moved around the way he's supposed to, throwing great punches, and for the experience he had, he did fantastic. Junior, on the other hand, he didn't throw any punches until the third or fourth round or something. He was just kind of walking forward, and I don't know what he was doing. It was weird. It was weird to see that type of fighting, but anywho, that's not Jake Paul's fault. So Jake Paul did what he needed to do, and he won, and he looked good.
Where do you think Junior goes from here, in your opinion, Shane?
Junior needs to retire from here. He needs to retire. I mean, if you can't throw any punches, and 2, 3, 4 rounds, you need to retire. I mean, if you can, what are you doing? What are we doing? You just live up. Basically, you live off your father's name. That's basically what you do because you didn't even fight.
Teddy Atlas put it best. Teddy Atlas. This was the Mickey Mouse path to legitimacy. Jake did well, but it's time to stop picking names and start fighting real contenders. The bigger picture, what's next for Jake Paul? Narrator. Jake Paul wasn't shy post-fight. In his press conference, he said this wasn't the end, it was just the beginning of Chapter 2 in his career. Jake Paul. Everyone held the Tommy Fury loss over my head.
Junior go from here, in your opinion?
It's up to him. He can retire if he wants, or he can have another, fight like this. Fight a YouTuber or something.
Yeah. And in terms of you, Rayo, when can we see you back in the ring?
I'll be back like in the fall, hopefully.
The fall?
Yeah.
Do you have an opponent in mind?
Nothing set in stone.
All right. Hey, just want to get your thoughts. The rematch between Lamont and Roach, how do you see it? I mean, Tank and Roach.
That's a good fight. 50-50 fight, like the first fight. I'm going to go, I don't know, whoever.
Finally, Canelo and Crawford. Break it down.
That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight. It's hard to count Crawford out, man, because he's just a dog. And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Crawford or Benavidez, Crawford, I don't know. I'm 50-50.
But I just beat a former world champion. I'm coming for revenge. And I'm coming for belts. Narrator. Names like Boju Jack, Gilberto Ramirez, even Anthony Joshua and Gervonta Davis were thrown around. Bold ambitions, but real contenders won't be as forgiving as Chavez Jr. Canelo versus Jake. A fantasy or reality? Narrator. So now the boxing world asks, is Jake Paul inching closer to a super fight with Canelo Alvarez? Is it possible the problem child could share the ring with the king of Mexican boxing? Canelo Alvarez. If he keeps winning, who knows? But I fight real fighters. Narrator. It's a maybe, but still a distant one. For now, Jake Paul has crossed a line.
Paul's going to beat him. I think it'll go the distance. Paul doesn't pick guys, so he'll look stupid. Chavez, when he does throw the left hook, bud, if he leads with it a little bit, the best punch of Paul, besides the jab, is his right hand. He's got a pretty good right hand. And if he could time the left hook being a little wide in front of him, well, as I always say, straight beats round. The straight right hand could beat the left hook.
Many thought he couldn't. But to reach Canelo, it's a whole different mountain. Outro. Call to action. Narrator. Hyped. Canelo Alvarez has finally spoken. Jake Paul is making noise. The lines between entertainment and elite boxing are getting blurred, and it's only getting crazier. What do you think? Is Jake Paul legit, or just the best matchmaker in boxing? Comment below, can Jake beat a prime boxer? Subscribe for more boxing news, reactions and analysis. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel.